This movement, in addition to improving what I just mentioned, subacromial impingement, it can also help with thoracic rotation and even improve flared ribs. Do you often encounter flared ribs? Let me demonstrate this for you on the spot. For example, you can try out the range of rotation of your thorax like this, but you need to do this standing up. Let's all stand up and try rotating your thorax to the left and right without moving your pelvis. As you rotate, see if one side feels stuck or uncomfortable. Yes, you're right, but that's okay. You can still come up here, but that's not the issue I'm talking about. Now, let me show you. Yes, it's fine. Let's take a look. Pay attention. Watch me. When I rotate, don't turn your head. Keep your head in the center and rotate your body. Okay. All right. Once you've tried it, please take a seat. I'm looking for someone who can rotate to one side but feels stuck on the other. Let a few of you come up so we can take a look. Okay. All right, that's enough. Okay, the rest of you in the front, please sit down. All right, that's good. You guys can be the judges. Let me tell you. If you understand this concept, you might encounter your clients, for example, who have mild scoliosis, or pain in the scapular area, or back pain, or myofascial inflammation in the back, or lower back pain from standing too long, or discomfort in the sacroiliac area. With this kind of movement, just by standing and doing it, you can help them improve. But the premise is that you have to understand the principle. You need to know which foot to stand on and which hand to raise for it to be effective. Otherwise, it could actually make things worse. Any movement I mention is like a double-edged sword. It can both harm the enemy and harm yourself. Right, so you can think of it this way. Every single movement is just like a sharp kitchen knife. It can be used to cook and fill your stomach, to fight enemies, or even to harm yourself. It all depends on how you handle this kitchen knife. Now, as a group comes up, let's look at the angle of their rotation. We'll standardize it. The distance between the 2 feet should be about the width of one fist. Yes, we should all take the same stance. That detail doesn't have much impact. That's fine. Don't turn your head. Now, everyone turn to the right in unison. Rotate your chest to the right. The head stays still, only the body turns. The head and pelvis don't turn, only the middle part rotates. All right, which one of you can't turn to the right? Which young man is it? This one. Take a step forward. This one? Then step forward. Yes, step forward like that. Good. All right, you can put your hands down now. And then? I picked 3 people to turn right. Now let me pick one to turn left. You all try turning to the left and see. Big brother. Big brother, you did that on purpose, didn't you? See, as soon as I spoke from behind, he turned around. The first one on the left. All right, the first one on the left, take a step forward. Okay, that's good. Let's go down and be the judges. Then I can lead them in some practice for a while. I can lead everyone to practice together. All right, come over here for a moment. Let me ask you 4. When you were turning, was there anyone who didn't dare to turn because it hurt? No? Was it because of pain for you? You feel pain in your lower back when you turn. So that's your lower back. Which way were you turning? It hurts on the left side. It hurts when you turn to the left, and when you turn to the right, you can't turn at all? Are you saying you're stuck on both sides? And you? Now I am slowly raising both of my hands here and thinking, when you try to turn your body, do you feel like you are getting stuck, or does it actually hurt? It's stuck. Is your hallux valgus hereditary? Hallux valgus, hallux valgus, hallux valgus. Flat foot. Don't envy his flat feet. You have hallux valgus combined with flat feet. All right, please take off your socks. Now, I'll first pick a male student to demonstrate, and then everyone will do it together. Why a male student? Because the boys can take them off. Ah, right. Okay, bring the box over here. You really do need to practice more. Come, stand here. Then step up and face away from everyone. And plus the professional photographer. No, first take a look at his upper back, then look at his lower back, then move upwards, up and up. Put your hands down. You're asking why it's raised so high. His latissimus dorsi is really big, right? Yes, there's nothing we can do. His back is too big, the box can't fit, right? Also, his back is quite unbalanced on both sides. Okay, and then stand up right over here and slowly turn around. Turn to the left, then turn to the right, and tell me which side feels like it gets stuck. Okay, all right. Make a turn slowly to the right. Notice how when he turns this way, he seems to get stuck. Now I want you to turn to the left. So his thoracic spine isn't very flexible and his breathing isn't very good either. So his lung function isn't very good either. That's why there's a saying, the lungs govern the skin and hair. So all the hair and skin are related to respiratory function. That's why his whole back is covered in acne. It's not because he works out so much. Everyone thinks he's into technology. It's been like this for many years, but this can be improved through training. We've helped many people like this in Shanghai. You can think of it this way. Generally, the thoracic vertebrae are like this. If I bend to the left, the vertebral body rotates to the right. The direction of lateral bending and rotation are opposite. So when you bend to the left, the vertebral body rotates to the right at the same time. Are you following? You can also think of it this way. If rotation is restricted to one side, it means lateral bending to the opposite side is also restricted. Are you following? If its rotation is restricted to one side, it means lateral bending to the opposite side is also restricted. Now let's see if we've tested whether his right rotation is restricted, right? Normally that should be accompanied by restricted left lateral bending, correct? Now let's check. Keep your hand along the seam of your pants. Bend to the right. Okay, now bend to the left. All right, stand up straight. So, which side is higher and which is lower? Indeed, my left hand is higher, so his left lateral bending is also restricted. The left lateral bending is restricted. This means the right side of the body along this line is tight. Are you keeping up? I'm teaching you how to reason and solve the case. Let me explain again. When my thoracic spine bends to one side, it is always accompanied by rotation to the opposite side. When I bend to the right, I have to rotate to the left because rightward rotation is restricted. So if the problem is actually with his thoracic spine itself, at this point, there should also be restricted movement when bending to the left, restricted movement to the left. If you imagine the human body as having over 600 muscles, or simply as just 4 ropes, 4 muscles, one in the back, one in the front, one on the left, and one on the right. If it's restricted when bending to the left, it means the elastic band on the right is pulling it, not letting it go over. Right? So the elastic band on the right is pulling it, not letting it go over, which means the support is stuck on the outer side of the right heel, and this whole line is tight. Does that make sense? So in this case, it holds it back and doesn't let it move over. So at this point, I need to find a way to let it, the spine. The key is the left side area, and then I also need to find a way to keep his foot in place. At this point, let's take another look at his heel. Lower the camera and stand with your feet a bit closer together. Right now, they're too wide apart. Bring your heels even closer together so everyone can see. Don't turn your feet outward. Yes, just relax naturally. It looks like a foot with calcaneal valgus, right? Yes, his feet look like they're turned outward. I want to take a look. All right, come on, slowly get into a squat in this position. When he squats, the force actually goes outward. Shouldn't it be that when he squats, the force goes from outside to inside? That way the arch can collapse and absorb shock, right? Okay, march in place for a bit so I can see. When he is walking along, both feet tend to land heavily on the outer sides. Isn't that right? Yes, it's still supination for him. It just looks like pronation. Now face everyone, face everyone. Like this, and then look at how high his toes are lifted. His toes are lifted high and proud, so I say his sympathetic nerves are very excited. That's why the sympathetic response in his skin is also very active. His paws are large and he gets acne. Also, he has flat feet and his toes are lifted. In addition, there's a bit of hallux valgus, and the hallux valgus on his left foot is relatively more severe. All right, that's his situation. Now, turn sideways so everyone can see if there's any shortening at the heel. There is some shortening, right? If he really had calcaneal valgus, there shouldn't be any shortening, correct? With calcaneal valgus, does the calcaneus become longer? Right? But here it's actually shortened. So what does that mean? If you haven't studied these courses, it's very easy to get confused and just label it directly. You might call it flat feet with hallux valgus and calcaneal valgus. But actually it's not. It's calcaneal varus combined with a high arch, functionally a high arch. So its calcaneal valgus is actually false, and the flat foot is also false. All right then. Now, if I ask you to design a movement for him, which foot would you have him support himself on, and which hand would you have him raise?